Okay, I'm going to do a video here while I'm riding my bicycle. One of the questions that comes up a lot to me is, Tom, when I go on international, what do I do about health insurance? What's a good company to go through, and what would be your advice on that? Well, let me just tell you, I used to sell insurance for about 25 years. I did that in the U.S. I had my own marketing company. We dealt with mutual funds. We also dealt with life insurance, health insurance, and we did a lot of annuity business. So I'll just give you my whole attitude on insurance. Being in the business for years, one thing I noticed was that there were a lot of agents making a lot of money. And I noticed that the insurance companies made a lot of money too. And I started wondering and studying this thing, and I started, especially on health insurance and life insurance. And I started wondering, why is it these companies make so much money? It didn't take me too long after being in the business that I started seeing where you make your money is insurance companies and agents, is there's a lot more money coming in premiums than there's going out in claims. That's quite obvious. And the funny thing about, especially let's say health insurance, because this is what this video is on, what you're going to find out about health insurance is, and this is what I discovered, is insurance companies prey on the fact that you're scared that you're going to have so many health bills that you're going to give out of money and you need Papa Insurance Company to take care of you. Well, let me just tell you what you're going to run into with most health insurance policies. Most policies, no matter where you go, are usually going to have $1 million to $2 million cap. That means after that amount of money the insurance company pays out, it stops, okay? And then you got a deductible and you got a co-insurance factor. Usually you'll pick up maybe 20%, the company pays 80%, or they might pick 100% up, okay? It just depends on the policy after the deductible's picked up. Of course, the higher the deductible you have, the cheaper the plan's going to be, because you're assuming a lot of the risk before the insurance company kicks in anything. What you're going to find out, though, is with health insurance, most companies are going to come out ahead. Okay, they know that. And they know that you as the client want to look at an insurance company like Papa Insurance Company, and they know that you're scared that you're going to give out of money and you're going to have to basically possibly go bankrupt if you don't have the funds to pay for health insurance. So what I always tell people is, once you become financially independent, and let's say you've got, most of our clients all have at least $5 million and up. Once you've got net worths of that much or more, remember, most insurance companies will only cover or pick up $1 million to $2 million cap. So after that, you're going to have to pay 100% anyway. But this is the key. That's if that ever happens. If it ever happens, then you've got plenty of money if you've got a net worth of $5 million and up to cover that. What you're going to find out is very, very, very seldom are you going to ever see somebody hit that cap, okay? They either won't use it or they'll die before they use it up. And insurance companies know that. You have it on mortality charts on life insurance, and you got it on premiums on health insurance, and what's paid in and what's paid out, okay? So my whole thing is, if I would advise anybody, I would tell you, once you have a net worth at least $5 million, you're better off being your own insurance company, okay? Don't carry insurance, health insurance anymore. I dropped mine years and years ago. I think you're better off taking your money and investing it just like an insurance company does, and you'll come out way, way ahead. Isn't it funny how an insurance company will tell you not to take a risk on yourself, but they're willing to take a risk on you? And remember, too, insurance companies don't know anything about your health other than what you put in your health questions, okay? And when someone asks you health questions on an application, you give it to them. They don't even know if those questions are, they can go back and do homework to check you up, but they have no idea if all those questions you're answering are 100% true, okay? And another thing they've got to worry about too is they've got to pay out the underwriting and all of the doctor's reports they got to order. They have to pay for medical for you to get, and then they got to pay the agent's commissions. And then they're going to make a profit on top of that. See, when you take a risk on yourself, you don't have all those expenses like the insurance company does. But the insurance company still makes huge profits. My advice to you, from just looking at the figures, if you've got the money built up, becoming your own insurance company, you will end up saving a fortune if you end up doing it this way by a long shot. Now, if you got a big family, then you got to look at the amount of assets that you got built up and then go from there. It depends on the age of your family. Of course, the older you are, the more wealthy you are and your kids are out. To me, I would take the risk on yourself and then, of course, take the difference of what you will be paying in premiums and then put it in good investments. That's the best way to do it. And then that money is in your pocket and in growing instead of the insurance companies. This is what I would tell you to do. And also, I'm a big anti-believer in life insurance. I think you need life insurance maybe only when you got huge debts while you're young and you got maybe a house to pay off. But I'll tell you something, in most cases, you'll never use the insurance policy. Very few people do. Most people don't carry their insurance to death with them. They end up spending out a fortune in insurance. Insurance companies know this. They've been making billions and billions of dollars for years. My suggestion to you is try to drop insurance. As soon as you can, take it all and invest it and put it in good investments. That's what I would do. Pick real estate. Find places like, one thing I like about St. Kitts and Antigua is no income tax, no capital gains tax, no estate tax, no inheritance tax. And if you're a U.S. citizen, U.S. resident, you're still obligated to pay taxes on that money. But if you relinquish, you get out of those obligations, okay? But if you're Canadian or you're living in places that tax worldwide income, you're going to have to de-tax yourself to legally get around paying taxes in that particular country because they tax worldwide income. But I would be taking that money and investing it and put it in areas that you're not heavily taxed, or even better is put it where you can pay zero taxes on it. If you want to know more on this, folks, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put it below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen right here, and you get new videos automatically as they come out. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.